The X Factor calling of newlywed husband to his ex-girlfriend. Have you ever heard the anecdote about lovebird spouses who welcome his ex over when his wife was out? It's an amusing story, but you won't find the story amusing if the same thing happens to you. Here is a short story which you might be able to relate to. A couple had passed 6 months in their marriage and were living happily until one day spouse got a telephone call from his ex while his wife was out at Bible study. She was in the zone and needed to stop by. He froze, not having any desire to insult her. Being sure of his own trustworthiness, he figured it was ideal to pacify her and let her rapidly stop by. He would basically meet her out by the auto and turn in until tomorrow after a speedy high. In any case, she truly needed to come in and see the spot and watch their wedding DVD. Along these lines, he froze once more. He couldn't figure out anything is going to happen. The entire time, the situation will eventually be centered on how incredible their marriage and my wife are, and after that she will be gone. No damage done. What's more, that's what happened. The wife got back home late night to a note on the floor. Dear Lindsay, before I clarify what happened, I need you to realize that nothing happened. I respected you in the discussion and will settle on diverse choices later. In any case, my ex came over and watched our wedding DVD. Please pardon me for hanging out with her in our home without your knowing. I adore you. Truly, right then and there, the wife felt abused. She herself had never at any point met his ex, yet she had been into her home and had watched her wedding with her spouse. It was not an agreeable situation for her to play back in my brain. Quick forward 6 years later, that it's all really funny and makes for a decent lesson in limits. Keeping in mind that you think her spouse is the one and only with unbalanced ex stories, there are plenty of people who have their own particular moments and stories to be completed fortnight. Most of them are much more regrettable. Similarly, on another event, the same husband went to the most courageous acknowledgement, one that hadn't occurred to his wife as being conceivable. Lindsay, he said, while I adore discussing your exes, I am acknowledging how constrained you not to talk about your ex limits how much I know you and bolster you and adore you in the event that you cannot discuss them with me. Then whom you would be able to converse with about them? I need to be the person who grasps you regardless. Along these lines, on the off chance that you are battling with anything from your past, I am welcoming you to impart that to me. It was similar to a bolted entryway flung open. The wife had no clues how critical it would be for her to get a welcome to share troublesome or disgraceful parts of her past with her spouse, yet it really transformed her. Exes are a reality in many rational unions. Regardless of possibility that those connections are a bad memory, they can be just a private. Having the capacity to handle past connections in the well-being of marriage is critical. Absolute straightforwardness is at last and the most ideal approach to have solidarity in the middle of spouse and wife on the grounds that with it comes established trust and uninhibitedly given beauty. All-out straightforwardness, on the other hand, is not overnight. It is an after effect of numerous tired and demonstrated little steps. Be that as it may, with every day comes a new chance to be a single unit, to offer elegance in correspondence and to experience wins and misfortunes together. Presumably the most powerful change between your special first night adoration and your established affection has been the open doors consistently for quietude. At vital minutes in your relationship, you may have gotten in the undesirable epiphany that required mending. Be tolerant with regards to managing the aberrations of your past connections. Limits are imperative to set at an early stage in marriages. However, those will alter as your trust with one another develops. You and your companions are an awesome group. It may take some tolerance, some tweaking, and a great deal of strength, modesty, and beauty to discover the beat of your solidarity, yet with the God's help you will discover it.